So how do you venture out into the health care sector? Because like it's such an emotionally resonant space. It's so close to heart for so many people. What inspired you to venture out into this sector?
So I think it's it, it's always been quite close to me. I've got family members who worked in the healthcare industry.
Yeah.
Early in my career, I worked as a management consultant and did a lot of projects in and around healthcare and pharma. I always loved the passionate nature of working in health. It's very mission driven. It's very
Yeah.
purposeful. It's not necessarily the easiest. It's like a very complex industry. But I think that as well as kind of what drew me to it is the um, trying to solve some of that complexity and as I think you mentioned easier, so just earlier is making it easier for people to access help. I think also I'm Danish. I spent some of my life in Australia, some of it in US, now living in London. And having seen different healthcare systems around the world, you get a sense of how a lot of what we take for granted as how health works is
Mm.
based on where we are. And it doesn't actually have to work like that because there are massive differences across countries. And you can take some of what's best from different things and learn from them. So I've always been quite excited about that. But it was still a good sort of journey getting into it was I think like a lot of uh, founders of companies and a bit more of a stumble than a direct choice. I
Yeah.
worked for a healthcare company and saw the challenges that we're now trying to solve firsthand. So it's a very classic story of you're working on something, you run into a problem, you realize others are running into the same problem, and you get an opportunity to try to fix that.
Absolutely. And like it's so meaningful and I'm sure you can feel the impact of your work because you're working with real problems and real humans. Like your work literally affects human beings and I'm sure that must be incredibly meaningful for you.
Yeah, I mean it's fantastic. I think uh the fact that you sort of can see real time when someone gets access to a health product is
Yeah.
quite amazing. Even though we partner with a lot of health networks and don't build the health product ourselves, and we don't employ the clinicians, we're sort of more of a doorway access point for health services. But being able to see people get that access that they might not otherwise have, it's fantastic. That's sort of what drives, drives the whole thing.